Hello Union, welcome to another video. A few weeks ago I showed you the best bilateral exercises regarding body weight, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do it by clicking in the links in the description. And today I bring you the unilateral version, so let's start with it. The first exercise in this routine is the backward lunge. This is not a pure unilateral exercise, but as this has the focus in one leg, it can be considered a unilateral exercise. The main focus of this exercise is the quads and the gluteus. We all know lunges, but you may be asking why backwards? Because it will challenge more your balance and will make you increase the concentration and intention during the exercise, which can lead to better gains. For this one, avoid letting your knee fall inwards as well as going excessively out, so strive for a knee alignment with the toes. As a progression to this one, you have the Bulgarian split squat. For this one, you need the elevated surface to put your rear foot on, like a chair, and the movement pattern in this one is the same as in the lunge, but this time you will feel certainly an extra stretch on the elevated leg. This exercise is also shown to elicit similar muscle activation to the squat, so if you can't load your squats enough, it can be a great alternative for you to perform. Keeping your torso upright, you go down with a controlled motion while keeping the same alignment aspects as in the lunge position, and then you press up with the focus on the frontal leg. Keeping with the same movement pattern, we reach the first pure unilateral exercise, and this is the single leg lunge. The challenge with this exercise is higher as we just have one leg on the floor, and by that you need extra balance to do it. But to begin with it, you can just start with some type of assistance, being it the wall, a pole, or something you can hang into. For this one I will repeat the alignment because you already know the drill and what you need to pay attention to. The difference with this one is that you will lean a bit more forward with your trunk, which will tend to activate more the gluteus due to the increased stretch from the motion. Before continuing with the next one, here you have an example of a progressive overload with body weight exercises, so make sure you keep this in mind in order to get the best progress in your training. Maintaining the quads and gluteus focus, we have the next exercise, and again a pure unilateral one. This is the pistol squat. As a progression to the regular squat, this is a good way to overload the leg muscle. In this one, you want to start with assisted version and then progress with free motion. Regarding this, here are some progressive overload options. Start by just using the eccentric motion, get in the pistol position, and then slowly lower your body down, and afterwards, using the two legs, get up and repeat the motion. Afterwards, you can pick a higher surface and perform a pistol squat with the side leg pointing down. Here you will need less mobility while you have better balance, and it will be easier if your hamstrings flexibility isn't the best. The last version is a full pistol squat version, and for this one you have on the channel a tutorial regarding this with some more details, so make sure you check it out with the link in the description. Coming next and changing a bit the focus to the hamstrings, we have one-legged bridge. In this one you lay down facing up, and with one leg on the floor you raise your butt up. With this one you can also get a progressive overload by changing the angle of your leg, starting from a closer leg to your body. With this one, less activation on the hamstrings, and then to a higher angle where you can put the legs out and your leg a bit stretched, so that you can get more activation on the hamstring, as you can see here. Afterwards you can pick a physio ball and perform one leg bridges curls. With this progression you are increasing the hamstrings work as you get them to move in their overall range of motion. Again, here you can start by just doing the negatives and then assist yourself with the other leg to do the concentric portion, and when you feel comfortable and with enough strength you can do it all together, doing the concentric and eccentric in the same motion. Changing the focus to the inner thigh, we will now look at the side squats. For this one, I show you 3 progressions that can also work as a progressive overload fashion. Firstly, the regular side squats, where you put your feet wide apart and you lean to one side and then press back up to the starting point. Then the second version, where you perform a more explosive motion by starting with your feet together and then you fall to the side squats, and afterwards you come back again with an explosive motion to get you with your feet back together. Lastly, you have the chance to do the deep side squat. Here you go with the wide stance again, repeat the side leaning but then external rotate at the hip to go to the full range of motion of the deep squat. This one will also have an extra benefit, that will be the mobility work that it provides. Lastly, the one-legged calf raise in an elevated surface. Here we are looking at the calf work, as the name says, and we are using the elevated surface to reach a higher range of motion and with that more strength over the complete range of motion. This will also create the opportunity to go lower and slower with the eccentric and to work on your ankle mobility. Again, you can start by using just the eccentric phase and then you can progressively do the concentric plus the eccentric to perform the complete motion. So guys, here you have it, the exercises that you can use to bilaterally work in your legs, and these are good ones to progressive overload your legs with bodyweight exercises, as we know that bilateral ones can be hard to progress in terms of bodyweight exercises, because at some point you are going to need some weights to continue progressing and getting long-term goals and long-term gains in terms of muscle mass. So here you have some different ideas of unilateral exercises for you to get the same stimuli in your legs. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you do, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends, and I'm going to see you on the next video. So stay safe and stay strong.